Hello, welcome to TJD episode 81. We watched Wayne's World 2.
I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Yes, Wayne's World 2. That was a little weird.
That was weird.
The follow-up to the hit SNL film, starring Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, and Christopher Walken, and what's her name?
Tia Carrere.
Thank you. Tia Carrere. And some...
Kim Basinger.
I was going to say some cameos by Kim Basinger,
Oh.
Drew Barrymore, Heather Locklear, Aerosmith, Jim Morrison lookalike.
I didn't mean for that to sound indecisive.
You would fuck Aerosmith.
No, the whole band?
Yeah.
Wow.
A train just ran on you.
Train kept her rolling?
Yeah.
All night
Oh
long?
my god.
I didn't even think about that.
Wow.
Jake's got
That would be
gun.
a blown out asshole. Unless I used my mouth. Okay. I wouldn't do this. I don't want Aerosmith to run a train on me.
This is profound.
Anyways, Drew, this was your pick. Do you want to kind of tell the people what goes down in case they haven't seen this?
Yeah, sure. It's a 1993 movie directed by Steven Surgic. It's Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar, played by Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, try to organize a rock concert. He gets a vision from Jim Morrison saying he needs to throw this incredible rock concert in order to achieve purpose in his life. So while he's doing this, he's trying to fend off a record producer, a.k.a. Christopher Walken, who's trying to steal his girlfriend away from him.
Yep.
Yeah. So kind of like the original movie, but instead of it being like just a local TV producer that's trying to steal Wayne's girl, it's a
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, it's a big shot. Instead of it being Rob Lowe, it's Christopher Walken.
Which one's scarier?
Christopher
Walken.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
I was gonna say, are you?
I was like, you find Rob Lowe intimidating?
No, I didn't find either one of them really intimidating, but...
If you walked into a dark alley and you saw Rob Lowe or Christopher Walken, which one would you like?
I mean, it depends on the normal amount of people in said dark alley. Do both of them surprise me?
Yes.
Like, oh shit, it's an alley that nobody's usually in?
And they're like, you have to fight one of us.
Oh, so I have to pick which one I want to fight?
Yeah.
I would fight Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
He's a little less intimidating. Although I'd like to think I could take both of them.
Like, this is prime Walken, not like now Walken who...
Yeah. Freshly murdering Walken.
Jeez. He allegedly...
That was like 100 years ago, too. Because he's immortal.
He's Keith Richards.
When did Natalie Wood die?
In the 60s, I thought.
Really?
I thought so. 60s or 70s.
How old is Christopher Walken?
I can find out.
Here, I'll just click.
We have the technology.
I was going to say, I got his thing up. He was born in 1943, so making him 74 right now.
Wow. He's old.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
So,
I'm trying to figure out when Natalie Wood died, sorry.
She died right after she met Christopher Walken.
Wasn't it John Blake, though, who was blamed for her death? Or, like, most people blame...
Well, nobody went to jail, right?
Well, it happened on a boat, didn't it? She fell off.
Supposedly. Allegedly.
She died in 81.
81?
Yeah.
Wow. I had my dates all mixed up.
do we have any pros and cons about this movie?
Yeah. I got a pro. Kim Basinger.
That's the first thing you jump to.
She's hot as fuck in this movie.
She's a babe.
Oh.
Schwing?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying the wrong guy. It's Robert Wagner. Not
Robert Blake.
Yeah. I think I even said Jeff Blake, but whatever.
Robert Wagner, like from Austin Powers, Robert
Yeah.
Wagner?
Yeah.
See, it does have something to do with this. Mike Myers.
Yep.
What were we Oh, Kim Basinger. Yeah. That... I don't know how I went through my whole life and never
Your
heard...
puberty?
Well, yeah. I finally got my first...
Pubes?
Yep, I finally got my pubes.
That's a great line.
Watching Kim Basinger seduce Dana Carvey, which is a mixed bag of emotions, because he's Dana Carvey?
Okay, question. Do you guys, like, find Dana Carvey funny at all or not?
Like...
As Garth Algar, or just in general?
Just in general. Like, all over. Like, as Garth, yes, I find him funny.
Yeah, I like...
Even his SNL sketches, like, Church Lady,
yeah.
pretty good.
I was just going to say, I like him as Garth, I like him as Church Lady. Master of Disguise is terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
Like, I knew people, like, back when that came out, that thought it was funny. I thought it was unwatchable.
It's unwatchable.
I've never seen the whole thing.
It's bad.
And as for his stand-up, I haven't seen him do stand-up or anything, but I've heard it's kind of like impressions and stuff, so...
Like, his Bush Senior is really fucking good.
Yeah.
He was even invited to the White House to do it for, like, the White House Christmas, I think. It on SNL, it was really fucking good. His Bush Senior. So,
I mean, I think he's probably a nice guy, because I've heard him in interviews talk about, like, his real life and shit, and he seems pretty cool, but, like, in terms of humor, nothing really...
I think he can be very hit and miss.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I think he even had, like, I think he did Last Comic Standing, didn't he? He was host or something for Last Comic Standing, I thought. Or he had some comedy show, I think, on TBS. It was like Dana Carvey's Last Laugh or something like that, where it was comedians trying to become up-and-comers or something. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never saw it. But, yeah, I'd say he's super hit and miss.
Now, Mike Myers.
What has he done funny lately?
He actually did The Gong Show.
I don't know what that is.
It's a reprised television game show from back in the 70s,
60s, 70s.
How recent is this?
This last summer.
Pretty recent, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, like, they brought back all those old shows. Like, Alec Baldwin was hosting, what was it? Match Game. And then Michael Strahan was hosting the Pyramid Game.
Wait, those all came back?
Yeah.
$10,000 Pyramid?
Yeah, $10,000 Pyramid. They had Steve Harvey doing primetime Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud. So, yeah, they brought back all those game shows over the summer and had huge hosts, like celebrity hosts. So,
I guess I don't know enough of Mike Myers' comedic catalog.
Austin Powers.
I Married an Axe Murderer.
I never really thought Austin Powers was, like, hilarious or anything.
They're
They're fine.
I enjoyed him growing up.
I loved the first two. The third one is weaker.
Yeah.
I don't hate the original Shrek, but I know a lot of people talk shit about it.
I actually think Shrek 2 is the best of the four.
Really?
Yeah. I personally thought Shrek 2 was the strongest.
I know Shrek has turned into a meme for...
Yeah, I don't know why.
Easy to hate, I guess.
If you create a meme out of something, it's because you hate them or because they just have a certain reaction.
Well, I don't know. God, are we going to argue the nature of memes?
No.
I don't want to feel that old. I don't want to listen to this and be like, wow, you really are out of touch.
Now, for the older generation, a meme is...
Yeah. Oh my god.
For the elderly generation we try to reach.
Maybe it's just Smash Mouth that became a meme. All-Star.
Yeah.
Because looking back, it's kind of a cringy song. Just a little bit.
But that's on Mystery Men.
That doesn't do any favors for it. Does it?
No. No, not at all.
But I enjoyed early Mike Myers, like Wayne's World. So I Married an Axe Murderer. The Austin Powers. But then, like, he did The Love Guru. Which, sad to say...
That's hard to watch.
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat was awful. I saw that in theaters. I was like, this was shit. But Love Guru, I've never seen it, but I am sad to say that I somehow own it.
You own it.
My fiance owns it, so now it's mine.
The more you tell me about this lady the more I fear for your safety.
Oh, she's just gonna murder me one night?
Well, I don't think she'd murder you, but that taste.
Oh, I gave her shit for it. I literally didn't even know it was there. We were talking with friends about our DVD collection. I'm like, is that the fucking Love Guru? I'm like, you own the Love Guru? And she just won't say a word.
Says the guy who owns Couples Retreat.
No, that's hers as well.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say the other one she liked was Couples Retreat.
Trying to trap him.
Wow, she's 0 for 2.
Yeah. Wayne's World 2.
Has she ever seen a good movie though?
Yes.
She has.
She loves the Star Wars films.
You should have said it follows.
Guardians no, she hates scary movies. She won't watch. The only one she'll watch.
What about Scary Movie?
I don't know if she's actually seen Scary Movie.
You should go for Scary Movie.
But, she loved the Guardian of the Galaxy films. So
The one Guardian? That Guardian of the Galaxy?
I said Guardian of the Galaxy films.
There's more than one Guardian. Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh my god.
That's totally getting
No.
Oh, it's so bad. No.
No, it's
Holy
staying.
shit.
You made Drew vomit. He's puking right now.
On his own dick.
I like how all I've said is, I want to fuck Kim Basinger. That's the only pro we've given. That's the only relevant thing we've talked about. Kim Basinger's very attractive in this.
Yes.
Very seductive. That scene is the most memorable, and I will be stealing it for my favorite scene. Because it was ridiculous.
Jake's like, I had so many years of, what is it? Bait memory or something?
Bait memory.
Bait and memory?
It's called the Spank Bank.
There we go, Spank Bank.
I like how...
I have to fucking translate.
Bait memory is pretty good, though. It's kind of terrible, but it works.
I'm gonna use that in the stoner kid meme.
Yeah. Bait memory.
Baitin'.
You mean all the years that I could have masturbated to that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've wasted my life.
Or put yourself, you could have imagined yourself as Dana Carvey.
That's the only scenario where I want to imagine myself as Dana Carvey, was that scene. You lucky motherfucker.
Dude, you were more animated during that scene than Leah Thompson and Howard the Duck.
Really?
Yeah.
It was pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
You just kept saying, "Oh my god, oh my god."
I mean,
you wouldn't know what to do with that, but you'd figure it out. It's what you said.
I would have fun learning. Disappointing.
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Kim Basinger's whole premise in this film, and it's some sort of parody. I don't know what movie.
Body Heat.
Is it Body Heat?
Kathleen Turner and William Hurt.
Is she wants Garth, she seduced Garth so that he would murder her husband. And so Jake, though, said he would.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it.
I wish we would have found out who her husband was, and it was somebody like
it was Pierce Brosnan.
Cameo or something.
Like Pierce Brosnan shows up.
Yeah. Or somebody like they really idolize or something.
That I idolize?
No,
they.
Like Garth.
Like it's Eric Clapton or something.
Yeah.
I think I would kill just about anyone to make that happen.
Oh.
You have to kill Kim Basinger.
I just love how she's like, oh, the serial number's filed off and the safety's off and...
Yeah, 45 Magnum with the magazine filed down and the safety off.
Dude, a Magnum? That'll kill somebody.
So will a Magnum dong.
Well, I couldn't help her there. I'm just a little short of a Magnum-sized dong.
No, I remember past pods. You already said it's small.
What?
Yeah. Didn't you say that in one of the pods?
I don't think I ever said my dick was small on our
think
podcast. My dick is adequate, God damn it. Why are we...
I love these random tangents.
Do you?
I do.
See how he planted that seed? He's like, remember when you talking about your cock being small?
It's a loaded question,
Yeah,
sir.
it never even happened, but if I acknowledge it, I lose.
But if you don't,
motherfucker.
But if you don't,
then they think it's real.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was one. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Hey, if you're a listener over the age of 18 and you look anywhere near Kim Basinger, come find out. That came out way weirder than I intended. The listener, come jump on this dick. So stupid. All the listeners that we know are predominantly male. Come get at me.
But they just have to look like Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Somewhere Eric's eagerly putting on a wig.
And a dress.
Eric, you don't have to ask.
Oh, my gosh. Wayne's World 2.
This might be the worst. I
This
know
is
we.
Jaws-esque.
Yep, I know we always say it. This is garbage right now.
I have a pro. The humor in it
Oh,
is fantastic.
it's so good.
It's Thai humor.
It is.
A lot of it is. I hear how stupid it is, and I chuckle, but I'm like, that's Thai.
But it's so much fun. It's
Like, what does Garth say to... You know, we need to get away from the scene, but what does he say to her? And it kills me. She asks him something.
She goes, "Let me be Frank," and he goes,
"Can I still be Garth?"
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, I got this boner, but that was so stupid that it died. But it'll be back in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
This movie is also very meta. Like, they know... Like, they wink at the camera all the fucking time.
right. Way more than the first.
Yep.
Like, you had your couple scenes in the first that, you know, nodded to advertising. Like, we won't sell out to the man.
And they're wearing Pepsi. And
Yeah.
Or how about the
Reebok.
Calgon scene? Calgon.
Yeah.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
That was pretty good. Just action movies in general, when they have the guys moving all the shit out in the street. And he's like, I wonder if this will come into play later. And they literally look right at the camera and wink at you.
Mm-hmm. Or they do the whole ending thing again, where they're like, oh, let's do the happy ending. And then, so they throw the concert and the band show up, actually.
You know, one thing that was kind of winking to the audience, but I didn't like how they did it, was, you know, the first, when he sees the guitar and he's like, oh yes, she will be mine.
Mm-hmm.
They did that 2 or 3 times in this, and it didn't really, it came off as awkward. I don't know why. It could just be me never having seen this before and not being used to the way that he was doing it, but it seemed like he didn't do that much in the first. It was just like that scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, in my mind, for whatever reason, like, I love the first one so much that it was built up like, oh, that's like a great moment.
Doesn't he do it twice, though, in the first one? Doesn't he say it about Tia Carrera and the guitar?
Yeah.
I believe, yeah,
he
he
says
did.
about each of them once, yeah. And then he says about her once while he's sitting in bed. So other than that, I don't think he did it in this film.
Oh, well.
He did it once in this film when she was doing the late night show with Jay Leno, and he's like, I will have her again. Oh, yes. You know, something along that line, but...
Well, I don't know, it felt like he did a lot more. But that could just be... It's not like a legit con. It's just something I noticed and was like, maybe give that a rest a little bit.
I was going to say, we talked about him. You know, Walken pretty much replaced Rob Lowe in this film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you think played the better villain? Walken or Lowe?
I think Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Walken's not really... I mean, kind of a con. I mean, we already talked about this before we turned the mics on, but this ending comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, when she's getting married and all that, like, they don't even show any inkling of, like, a flirty thing going on. Whereas the first one, it's, you know, Rob Lowe is kind of laying a little bit of game out and trying to show off a little bit.
You do see a little bit with Walken, I mean, dancing with her. And then he even, after her Tonight Show appearance, says, hey, what do you think about my offer? And then the dad kind of fills you in when Wayne calls him, and he's just like, oh yeah, he offered her a green card and money and all this. So it was like a marriage of convenience is what I guess you were supposed to take from it.
But it seemed so fucking weird
Mm-hmm.
and quick. I don't know.
And the only thing I can say to that is because Wayne, like, kind of betrayed her by spying on her and then ending it, that maybe she just was rebounding quick. And the one thing that benefits this film, I think that helps it, is that's 90 minutes.
Yeah, if it was a longer movie, it would...
But at the same time, that's kind of the stuff that hits the cutting room floor is like, hey, they're trying to set this up type of thing. So
yeah, but I don't think it's a good enough excuse that
Mhm.
they shortened it down. Like, I think you could have made it flow better. Like, I think the whole last, like, 20 minutes are pretty fucking jumbled.
Yep.
But everything else is pretty... Maybe that's why it feels weird, is because the flow seems okay for most of the rest of it. But then you get to the end, and it's like, oh, well, she's off here. They're getting married randomly.
Yeah, the bands aren't coming. You have to figure it out.
Yeah, that last, like, dream sequence where he goes back and he's like, oh, yeah, they're not going to show up and, you know, fucking figure it out. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I was always confused by that, too. I was like, you told them they would come. You did a whole Field of Dreams thing.
right. And then they try to save it by saying, like, oh, well, we wanted you to do anything because even trying something and failing is an accomplishment. But you're also like, what the fuck was the Spirit Quest for?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just to give you a motivation or a reason to do a concert? Or, like, I don't know, like, the part with the ending where they're getting married. I think the only reason they're suddenly getting married is they wanted to do the graduate thing.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do the joke about the first and second church.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that's fine. Like, these parody... Would you call it a parody movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did do a lot of parodies of different
Mhm.
films.
They're built around how do we get these gags in there. I just feel like the last, like, 20 minutes did a worse job at getting the reasoning for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you're not really going to a parody movie for a lot of reasoning. Like, you're not like, oh shit, this story doesn't make sense. Like the Comebacks or Scary Movie 3, like, we're not really dissecting
Mm-hmm.
that. So I don't think it's a legit con because of the genre, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No.
Like, it doesn't need to flow perfectly because it's not trying to be a masterpiece.
Yeah. But at the same time, they honestly, this was a kind of a cash grab, and it didn't do really its job because, like, Dana Carvey was even really upset when they were getting ready to start filming this because he was like, Garth is doing like nothing, but they only had like half the script written. So then they added that whole Kim Basinger scene and
They added that later, huh?
yeah,
Wow.
to kind of please Dana Carvey because
Oh, it would have pleased me.
But yeah, he was upset because he's like, what the hell am I doing in this film?
Yeah.
So, and you can kind of see that, like, Garth does disappear for a lot of this film.
Well, I mean, he's not really in the foreground, like, a ton in the first, but he had his nice little, like, situational moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love the part in the first where Rob Lowe kind of wanders over and he's wearing that mind control thing and the hands on the table. And he's talking about, like, how do you feel about the show, you know, changing or something? And Garth's like, we fear change. And the hand starts twitching. He starts beating it with a hammer. And you're like, okay, like, I get this character. Like, he's the bizarre kind of antisocial guy that just wanders in the background and does all that shit. But, like, in this movie, he kind of just goes off on his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you took the Kim Basinger thing out, he didn't do shit in this.
Yeah.
So I can sympathize with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
I mean, all the dream sequences were only Wayne.
Yeah. Till the very end.
Yeah. And Garth was like, oh, shit. I'm in here now.
And even that was weird because he's
Yeah.
like, wow, we actually are in the desert. And,
Yeah.
like, I don't think he says anything else. He's just standing there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I don't know. Weird.
I think they had an unexpected hit, and they really just wanted to capitalize. And I think, honestly, they tried too fast.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 2 years or something like that?
Yeah, because I think it was 93 this one came out, and I think the first one came out in 91. So, here, let me check that quick. I know this one came out in 93. but Wayne's World came out in 92. Actually, it was a year and a half later it hit theaters.
Wow.
So, and that's why I can see people being like, hey, you really don't need to see the second one, is because it is rushed.
Yeah. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, though.
Honestly, if you enjoy the first Wayne's World, you'll find enough in the second one to enjoy it, but you will know it's a lesser product.
Yeah. Like, you'll watch it, but you won't be like, oh, that was a waste of time. Like, it's not to that level at all.
It's not like an Iron Man 2, where I just was like, this movie is a piece of shit. I hate Iron Man 2.
I was so disappointed.
I know.
I'm like, wow, Sam Rockwell's getting in this shit?
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
I had just seen The Wrestler, so I was willing to give him a break.
Everybody was high on Mickey Rourke back then.
But
where's he been lately?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Okay. But it's not that... It is a drop-off, but it's like not like off a cliff. It's just like, oh, hey, we took a couple steps down. So...
Right.
But they're right. At least they did it justice by, like you said, keeping it a short 90 minutes. It's like, hey, pop it in, you're done.
Pop it in?
Yeah, let the turkey baste.
Let the bodies hit the floor?
Yeah. Ping pong. Balls of fury.
What the fuck's happening, dude?
Am I on acid right now?
Yeah. Could have sworn that Nerf football was talking to me.
Oh.
Alright, well, do we have other pros or cons? Tia
Con.
Carrera?
Pro. She's amazing to look at in this film.
Acting-wise?
She's fine. She's
Is
just
she?
like how she was in the first one.
She's horrible.
Really?
She's pretty bad.
Oh. I think she's just there.
I've seen better.
She can barely speak English.
I think that was a character choice.
I've seen Showdown in Little Tokyo. She could barely speak English.
I'd say she's fine in True Lies.
She looks great naked.
Well, that's a plus. What about Dolph Lundgren? Does he look great naked?
There's a part in that movie. I'm not going to answer your question because they don't show him. There's a part where
but if they did.
There's a part... Well, I'm sure he was fine at the time. He was the goddamn Punisher. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a part in the movie where Dolph Lundgren and Tia Carrera get finished fucking, and Dolph's laying there staring at the ceiling, and she goes, "That time I could hear you coming." And I've always been like, what the fuck? And this movie's been out a long time, and for whatever reason we had it on VHS, but every time it got to that part and I finished masturbating...
I was going to ask that. Damn it.
I'd be like, what? So I'm not going to lie, for a while, I thought it made a noise.
Fucking noise?
And I asked my girlfriend once.
Like a shotgun blast.
I was like, is there a noise that I just can't hear? And she goes, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, he just comes that hard.
Alright, what do we like about this? What do we not like? I can't even have the robot do that part. I'm trying to think of how to fix it.
I really wanted to talk more about this hearing of sounds, but you kind of ruined it.
Alright, back to the sound. What do you want to know?
Like,
no, I did
what
not.
What did you think the sound was?
I didn't think there was a sound.
Do the sound effect.
What?
Yeah, do a sound effect. Wait, you think it...
I mean, it kind of makes that sound. Not really, though.
I was like, what? Do you put your ear down near it?
No, not at all. Yeah, I jerked off into my own face, trying to hear myself jizz. Don't all people do that? Is that not normal?
You curl up into a ball and just...
I had 2 ribs taken out like Marilyn Manson. Not so I could suck my own dick. I just wanted to hear the fictional noise that it made.
When it finishes.
It didn't make a noise. I just wanted an excuse to have my girlfriend keep trying. I didn't tell her it made a noise. I was like, it's like a seashell. You gotta put your mouth right on that.
What are the 3 seashells for?
Oh, he doesn't know what the seashells are for.
Force is strong with this one.
No.
Just imagine Rob Schneider saying to Sylvester Stallone, "Your dick doesn't sound like a gunshot when you come."
Oh no, Stallone's does.
Yeah, right. All the fucking horse tranquilizers and shit he's been taking. He probably shoots a fucking baseball.
Jeez.
That'd feel unpleasant.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, but I bet it's like a kidney stone then.
I was just thinking kidney stone. I was gonna try to find some creative play on words, but I'm not that smart. None of that's true, by the way. Well, no, that line is in the movie. I swear to God, but no, I would never say that to someone. Because even as a kid, I was like, that just make a fucking noise. But in the back of your mind, you're like, I hope it doesn't make a noise.
Because then my parents hear me all
Maybe
the
it's
time.
supersonic.
You didn't go to school and be like, so what's this noise?
To test it, I jerked off in front of my dog. See if it was like a whistle. Oh my God. My race car cat.
Wow. I don't know how much stupider we could get.
I mean, we're gonna have to pick Showdown in Little Tokyo now.
Yeah.
It's great. You got Brandon Lee, Dolph Lundgren,
Tia Carrera. Fucking.
Somebody wrote that line and told her to say it, and nobody went, really?
He came that hard.
Yeah. All right, Wayne's World 2. What do you think of Garth's other love interest?
She's cheap and barely in it.
Not really a character.
She's in it as much. Literally, they just made a female version of Garth as a joke.
Do you think this was the beginning of SNL kind of fucking up their movies?
Well, really, the only SNL movie you had up to this point was Blues Brothers.
Better movie?
Yeah. Better than Wayne's World 2? Yes. Wayne's World...
Coneheads.
Had Coneheads come out yet?
Might be 95.
I was going to say, I thought Coneheads was 94, but...
93.
93.
So, yeah.
It came out between Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2. Actually, I would say Coneheads is where it started going downhill.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that movie.
I think it's fine, but it's no Blues Brothers or Wayne's World.
No, you're right.
Hell, it's not even Wayne's World 2.
What was the last SNL movie to come out?
Macgruber.
Maybe.
That fucking new Ghostbusters felt like an SNL movie.
It kind of...
Just because of all the fucking
They had
SNL...
3 SNL cast members.
Who were the 3?
Kate McKinnon.
Okay.
Kristen Wiig.
Yep.
Leslie Jones.
And you had Cecily Strong was in it, too.
Oh, so 4.
Yeah. Was Bobby Moynihan in it?
I don't remember seeing Bobby Moynihan.
Maybe not.
But...
yeah, either way.
Yeah. And then Melissa McCarthy, during this last presidential election, she did a lot of fucking shit. So she also, I guess, she's like a Steve Martin. Because Steve Martin always showed up on old SNL all the time, even when he wasn't hosting. So,
yeah. Baldwin.
Yeah, or a Baldwin. But yeah, that movie, that was bad. We already did a pod on that. Go check that out. It's me and Jake like dying for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's the only pod without all of us.
Yeah,
because Chevelle was more important. Which honestly,
I
probably would have gone to Chevelle.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like, I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's better than that.
Well, of course, it's a car. He went to a car show.
Yeah, totally.
I have AIDS.
Wow, he came out on the pod.
Yeah. Pod exclusive.
From you saying that.
Oh. I think it's a nice car, but okay.
God damn it. Ty, you have Ty humor. What did you think of this movie?
Oh, I enjoy the hell out of this movie.
You would.
Again, it's not as good as Wayne's World. I know that. But I like that it keeps with its humor. And it doesn't try to take itself too seriously. And it clocks in at 90 minutes.
I got a weird question. I don't think we've done this before. What is your least favorite scene?
Well, I always said scenes. We can do your least favorite as well. Just we usually pick our positive, but
I'm curious about what bit did they do that just doesn't work for you?
Honestly, I think it was the third time he went back to or second time, where he went back to the fucking desert, and there's Tim Meadows as Sammy Davis Jr. And Jim Morrison, and he's just like, the Jim Morrison actor is shit.
He didn't really look like Jim Morrison that much.
He was phoning it in too.
And I was just like, I'm just gonna bob my fucking head, and I'm fucking Jim Morrison. No, what the fuck ever. That whole, like, the first time, okay, fine, whatever. But then he kept going back, and just was like, fucking kill me. Those parts of the movie just fucking kill me.
Interesting.
Even the last time with Garth, and the whole Thelma and Louise bit was dumb. Like the way they did them at the end of the first one was funny because they did a bad ending, they did an okay ending, they did a Scooby-Doo ending, and then they did the happy ending.
Right.
So.
And they all, at least, as far as I can remember, most of them took place in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this was just like random movie clips, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really end the movie. Like, the Scooby-Doo one was stupid and had, like, basically nothing to do with it, but they were at least in the same room with the same people. Yeah. Whereas Thelma and Louise, it just cuts to them in a car.
In a desert,
like,
yeah.
All right. Yeah, this was popular around this time. What's your least favorite?
I'd probably say the whole kung fu fight scene with Tia Carrere's dad.
I was going to pick the same one.
I still think there's a joke or two in there that are good.
It's all right. It goes on for a long time.
I will agree with that.
And, like, the voiceover was, like, funny at first. I even laughed at first, but then, like, the scene just
keeps going.
It keeps going. And then the phone and, like, you know, I have call waiting. And just, it stretches it. And you're like, come on, man.
Like I told you, when they started filming, they only had, like, half the script done.
That's fucking crazy.
And so you're kind of like, shit, you know, because they wanted to cash in, because the first film made over $100 million on like a $30 million or $20-some million budget. So they were just like, we've hit fucking gold. So, and this film didn't do as well box office wise, actually. So,
Think it was word of mouth?
I think so. I think it was one of those where they cashed in too soon. Like, literally, you barely let a year go by and you already cranked out another one. So I think people just were like, okay, no. And then Coneheads being right a couple months before it probably didn't help. Because people saw Coneheads and were like, wow, that movie's a piece of crap. Like, yes, it has its good points, but it's not anywhere near the other two SNL films that had been out up to that point.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay off to strike when the iron's hot.
No. They needed to give it a little bit more time. But I think it's soon after this when Mike Myers wanted to do Austin Powers that him and Dana Carvey never talked again. Well, they didn't talk again for a long time. So
Austin Powers was like 95, 96.
I think it was 97. But
God, those are so much older than I remember.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought the first one was like 2000s. No. Yeah, it's like 97. Then Austin Powers Spider Shag Me was like 99. And then the third one was like 02.
Yeah. I do remember playing GoldenEye on N64 when Austin Powers was first becoming a thing. So that makes sense.
But yeah, I think Dana and Michael just having that falling out didn't help either. Because everybody always talked about Wayne's World 3, but it's never going to happen.
I wouldn't want it to happen now.
No, definitely not now.
Why did they have such a huge falling out?
Because Myers supposedly stole some of his characters for Austin Powers.
Which, if that were true, that's a totally legit reason to be pissed.
Which ones?
Dr. Evil specifically.
Really?
It was very similar to one Dana had came up with, like the mannerisms, the look, all of that. Like, just the backstory was the only thing Mike changed. And it really... and Dana thought he was going to, like, be in it as Dr. Evil,
Uh-huh.
and it was Mike just doing it himself. And so, yeah. He didn't talk to him, I think, until like they had some sort of anniversary thing for either SNL or Wayne's World, and then they finally talked.
Yeah. Super recently, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, not long ago at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long fucking time to not talk.
So, but I mean, when you do that shit, you burn bridges.
Yeah. Bow bridges.
Ooh.
Jeff will live forever.
Yes. But nobody really needs Bo.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Blood and Oil.
That was Jeff, wasn't it?
Jeff Bridges? No.
No.
I don't even know if it was a Bridges, now that I think about it.
No, it was, what's his name from fucking Miami Vice? Or, what's his name? What was that 90s, like, comedy cop show with Cheech Marin?
Marin? You're talking about Don Johnson?
Don Johnson was in Blood and Oil. Bo Bridges wasn't. It was Don Johnson.
They're all the same thing.
Yes.
That's not Wayne's World.
Nope.
He brought up Blood and Oil. I don't know why you're still looking it up.
What?
Why are you looking up Blood and Oil?
Because it's a great underrated show.
No, it's not.
It lasted
No one
like
ever said
5
that.
episodes.
Man, the NFL really tried to get anyone to watch that.
What was the worst? Like, I said the Thelma and Louise bit was probably the worst. What was the worst parody in this? Or like, joke you think fell flat?
Parody?
Like, you probably would say the fight scene with the dubbing. Like, they're parodying old kung fu films.
Right. Yeah.
But at first it doesn't fall flat. It just, like you said, it stretches on forever.
Yeah, it goes on. Like, they do a legit fight scene, but they don't really do much of a fight scene. Not that I was like, oh, we need actual fighting, but I thought it'd be more interesting than it was. But it was a lot of that arm chop, leg block bullshit. Like, heavily choreographed, not really doing anything. A lot of wire shit, and you're just kind of waiting for it to be over. Because you're like, okay, you had a little bit of money to play with. You went and got some bullshit, so just go ahead and do it. But I don't really care. Like, you kind of just turn your brain off. Not that you need a brain to get through this, but you're waiting for the next thing. Because you know that everything you're watching has nothing to do with the plot.
Oh my god, what part was it? I just the first time they go into the park and they're looking at the map and the Jurassic Park bit. That kind of just comes out of nowhere.
I think it's only there because Jurassic Park was out.
Well, like, it's fun. Like, it really doesn't serve a purpose. Like, in the original Wayne's World, when he gets pulled over by the cop and it's T-1000.
Right.
That's funny. And
Yep.
it kind of just fit with the scene because he was speeding and everything.
Yep.
Here, they're just randomly in a park and, oh, there's a T-Rex?
Yeah, because it's a park. Jurassic Park.
Nope.
Come on, Ty.
No. But the one scene I think really hits is with the guy, Kevin Pollak has the albinoism of the eye.
That was pretty great.
And they keep trying not to look at him and make eye contact. And then they keep, like, making references to an eye or something like that.
Cross our T's and
The
dot our
lowercase j's.
Yep.
And everybody continues working.
We have a great eye for detail.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, it was pretty good, like, physical comedy, too. Like, Mike Myers is doing a lot of trying not to look at it, but keeps making faces and trying to divert his gaze. And...
I think Dana Carvey and Mike Myers are very good at facial expressions. Like,
Dude, you kept mentioning that the whole movie. You're like, God, look at his face.
Yeah.
especially during your scene. I mean, Dana Carvey just is like, his face is so weird. Like, he keeps like
blowing a load in his pants.
Yeah. Or when he's at the laundromat and he's just acting odd around her.
That was the most surprising thing that I can think of recently. I'm like, oh shit, Kim Basinger. And then I'm like, oh, like she's gonna be in this movie.
And then I'm going to be in her. Is what Jake thought.
Yep.
Just keep throwing him under that bus.
Where I live. No, she's hot. I would do whatever she told me to do. You want me to kill your husband? That's fine.
Even if it was Alec Baldwin?
Yeah. What, I need a reason to kill Alec Baldwin?
Jeez.
How about he's just an asshole? I don't even hate the guy. I have a picture of him on my old desk at work.
Always be closing.
Yeah, I just, he's a prick.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I'm a prick too. It's fine. But if I could kill him to do that, yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
I'm not going to kill Alec Baldwin. Let me just make that clear. I'm not making terroristic threats.
You don't want to threaten him with deportation either?
No. I think he's American.
Yeah, also they're not married anymore, so...
So what does he care?
Yeah. Oh. Anyways.
That is true, that old saying, point out the most beautiful woman in the world, and I'll point out a man that's tired of her shit. You never heard that?
No, I never heard that.
Maybe I made it up.
No, I've heard that.
You have?
Yeah.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't think he did.
That's a pretty baller quote from Jesus.
I think that was John, verse 8.
So me and Jesus are having a couple beers, and he's like, "I'm gonna be straight with you, dog." That'd be cool.
All right. Do we want to do our scenes? Jake,
go for it.
I was gonna say Jake pretty much did his, but
I mean, if we all picked the same scene, I wouldn't blame either one of you.
I have a different one.
Oh, you were gonna pick the fucking Kim Basinger scene.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the Kevin Pollak scene. That was pretty fucking funny.
That'd probably be my, like, if I were to take sex appeal out of it, that would be the best scene.
Actually, I was gonna do the because they make fun of like having a small budget, even though they had pretty big budget for comedy back in the 90s. They mentioned flying to Europe, and they're oh, I can't believe Paramount's springing for this. I thought they would just use body doubles. And they literally have body doubles in England, and like they just like Garth is like the size of a child.
Yeah.
And Mike Myers' character stand-in is like 6'6".
Yeah. He looks like Brock Osweiler.
He's lanky as shit. It's just funny because they're going everywhere and they've like dubbed their voice over it, but you still have like the guy who's playing Wayne brushing the hair back behind the ear like Mike does, and
right.
It's just funny because it's being really meta, I guess. But
so I would pick the laundromat. That's a close second. But no, the one when he goes to her place is hands down the better scene.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. What the hell? I don't know what they paid her, but it wasn't enough.
What about Drew Barrymore? Okay, let's go through the cameos. And
nothing really came of that.
No! I was very disappointed in that.
Oh, that you thought that Mike Myers and
Drew Barrymore, they could have
yeah.
written something in about him just even going on a date. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought something would come of that, but nothing ever happened.
No. Let's try and go through some of these cameos and say yay or nay how you felt about him. So, Harry Shearer.
Yay. I liked it.
Most people know him as, like, he's one of the 4 people who voice on The Simpsons. He does, like, Montgomery Burns. He does Skinner, Lovejoy. So, yeah, I think he's fine. He has the voice of a DJ. He just has a voice he's able to do. Ed O'Neill, reprising his role from the original.
I love Ed O'Neill.
Great.
He shows up for, like, 5 seconds, but God, his line is so good.
The driest of dry.
Yeah. Rip Taylor.
I liked it.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Rip Taylor.
It reminded me of the DuckTales movie.
Oh, yeah, the fucking genie.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw the DuckTales movie.
Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
Yeah.
I didn't have a childhood.
I know. It's a great film.
I've got it. You can pick it.
Yeah. Aerosmith.
They're virtually not acting in this movie.
No, it's not Alice Cooper. Like,
Yeah. No.
Alice Cooper actually had like
A scene,
dialogue
yeah.
and was funny. Like,
And he's actually intelligent.
Aerosmith does nothing.
They're just there.
So fuck Aerosmith.
Okay. Who was it? Tim Meadows as Sammy Davis.
I thought his Sammy Davis was all right, but I mean, it didn't have to be there.
No.
It was like,
agreed. Like, he did a fine Sammy Davis, but it's just like, why the fuck are you in this?
yeah, it was a little weird. It was almost like, oh, why don't we set up a thing where like it's not just Wayne coming here; it's a bunch of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Farley.
That's what my next one was.
I'd say middle of the road.
Yeah.
He didn't really get much to do.
Mm-mm. I just did, like, at the bar, he's like, I'm gonna pick a fight. He just leaves.
Yeah, my dad just left. And then they're like, I think he's better. And you're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck was he like before? That was probably his best part.
Yeah. Drew Barrymore.
Hot.
Yeah, she looked great.
They didn't give her nothing to do.
No, except, like, hit on Wayne.
Talking a terrible Swedish accent.
Oh, God, that was awful. I felt bad for every Swede. Heather Locklear. She's just there, literally. I mean, just
Yeah.
she has one line, and she says, "Hey, Bobby."
Yep.
Kim Basinger.
I just nut.
She did way better in this than she did in The Nice Guys.
I will agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Any I'm forgetting? I mean, there's the guy from Big Trouble in Little China. I don't remember his name. He's that.
Not really a cameo, though.
No.
Like, he's a legit character.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Kim Basinger wouldn't be a cameo, though. But you're talking about, like, star power.
Yeah.
I hear you. What's his name from
Oh, Charlton Heston.
Married with Children? Charlton Heston was great.
We said Ed O'Neill. We already said that.
No, the other guy.
Oh,
The neighbor.
God damn it! I know his name too.
Yeah, you said it while we were watching the
gonna
film.
say
No, it's Jefferson Darcy. That's his name in the show.
Yeah.
But he's got an actual.
Yeah, the guy from Revenge of the Nerds as well.
I actually liked his cameo quite a bit.
Yeah, because they're like, Handsome Dan, and he's like, nah, I ain't Handsome Dan.
They just cut to him doing an enthusiastic scream.
Ted McGinley.
Yeah, yeah, he's Mr. Scream.
Yeah. He's just, hey! You're like, oh, all right.
He's just in the other room reading a magazine, points at him, and he just screams into the microphone. But,
why is Wayne so jealous?
Because Tia Carrera is hot.
Way out of his league?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I had a fucking mullet and did nothing, which, I mean, if I grew a mullet, that'd be my life, literally. I'd look like a Squidbilly, too. That would suck. I'm just kind of stream of consciousness right now.
Dude, I kind of want to imagine you with a mullet and the Wayne's World hat on.
Oh, that would be awful.
Wearing all black. That'd be great. Next Halloween, maybe.
Oh.
Like, grow actual hair out?
No,
Or
get
just
a
buy a wig?
wig, yeah.
Oh, that'd be horrifying.
I would love that.
Can you even imagine?
No. You could walk around just saying you got your pubes.
Yeah.
By the way, how old are they supposed to be?
Well, Wayne still lives in his parents' basement, doesn't he?
Not anymore, not in this film.
Oh.
He remember he said it's been a year. I got my own place, so that's where he lives. But
Yeah, he was up in that loft.
mm-hmm.
I think it was just a joke referring to Garth being weird.
Yeah, okay. He just was not immature, but just he
Slowly
developed late.
developed. Yeah.
He didn't tell him I got my pubes, right? Oh, I was gonna say the one scene that is really good And I like how they set it up was the Village People scene.
Yeah, that was pretty entertaining.
Because I already seen this, and you hadn't. When did you start to realize, hey, they're dressed up like the Village People?
So, I didn't realize until Wayne falls down the telephone pole, and they pick him up, and they all start running together, and I'm like, wait a minute. And that's when the light bulb goes off, and I'm like, they have to do a Village People thing. I actually said that. Like, if they don't do it, they fucked up. And yeah, they run into the gay bar, and I'm like, okay, good. But no, when they were showing them separate, I didn't put it together at all. But when he falls,
that's and they're all together.
I was like, construction work? Yeah, they're the Village People.
Yeah, you called it.
I really hoped that that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, and then
it did not disappoint.
No, that was a good joke.
I mean, did it have anything to do with anything? No, but it was at least set up.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, this film was definitely not as well received. It has a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, 63 user. The film has a 6.1 on IMDb, and if I remember, I don't think it has a Metacritic score, no. But Roger Ebert did give it a 3 out of 4 stars. He just said that Wayne and Garth are just fun to watch. So, but it had a $40 million budget, and in North America, it grossed 48. So...
Not a complete wash, but...
No, but...
not making them any money.
It came out during the winter of 93. So, the first film released in February of 92. This one came out in the winter of 93. So, wow. It pretty much, they almost filmed back to back. But, do you know what other films came out in the winter of 93?
Probably a bunch of really great shit.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Schindler's List, The Pelican Brief. All within a couple, either that weekend or a couple weeks, like either before or after. So people had other shit they could go watch.
What is The Pelican Brief?
That is, if I remember right, Dustin Hoffman Denzel Washington, Julia Roberts. They play. It's a political thriller based on a John Grisham novel. Julia Roberts is a law student. Denzel Washington is a reporter for the Washington Herald. And they like stumble upon some sort of conspiracy. Yeah. Yeah, certain people were assassinated. It made $195 million. It was a big success.
Wow.
Also very well received, if I remember right. But yeah. So this film here, like the production. Yeah, because Penelope Fierce, who I believe, if I remember right, was married to... No, never mind. I thought she had some sort of relationship with Mike Myers, but she was directed the first film, but Myers said he didn't want her back for the sequel. So, because they really didn't like each other.
Oh, she said he was a dick and he was hard to work with.
Oh. The original script for Wayne's World 2 had Wayne and Garth forming their own country and seceding from the U.S. So yeah.
Great.
The thing is, the studio greenlit it without knowing that they were actually basing it off an old movie they had seen. And so then they stopped it. So, yeah.
So they literally had to do rewrites after it was already in production?
Then after... And the studio said, no, you're not doing that. And so then one of the execs was furious with him and threatened to ruin his life and career if he didn't immediately produce a new script.
Said that to Mike Myers?
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of explains a lot.
Mm-hmm. So they kind of just had to throw a bunch of shit together. And for better or worse, some of it comes out, some of it doesn't. So, yeah.
Well, Mike, you tried.
All right. Anything else about this film?
Nope.
No?
I got nothing.
Let's go into reviews then.
I don't know. I've seen this maybe 2 or 3 times. I wanted to pick it because Jake had never seen it. And I think in relation to the first one, it's not as good, but you know what you're getting into. It's, Wayne and Garth and doing crazy antics. There's not really a plot. I mean, there is, but it's, it's very thin. It's mainly the gags and you're just waiting for the next one to come about. But it's I think at its core it's funny and it's trying to do the right thing. There's hiccups here and there. There's lull moments like with the fight scenes and some jokes that don't hit as well as they should. But I think there are parts where this movie genuinely shines, and I find it to be an entertaining film. I give it a 7.7.
Yeah, this is my first time actually watching the second one. Love the first one. Big part of my childhood and growing up, and I used to watch SNL pretty regularly, and I think a lot of people in the 90s did. But yeah, I don't want to say watered down compared to the original, but it's not as interesting. Probably, obviously not as well thought out. But if you're pressed for time, actually knowing that kind of changes how you perceive the whole thing. But to watch an old movie and try to greenlight something, and you kind of should have known better before you started trying to fuck with that. Mm-hmm. But that's besides the point. I think more gags work than not. It's maybe like 60-40. The story's kind of the same thing now that you think about it. Like, Walken's just replacing Rob Lowe, like literally. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's not really about the overarching plot. It's just how entertaining and funny can it be, and it flounders a bit, but for the most part, I think it's pretty decent. I'd probably give it a 7 overall, but the Kim Basinger sings, I give it 10 because they were great.
I'd seen this film quite a bit. When I was younger, I just was like, "Oh, hey, it's Wayne's World and it's Wayne's World 2." I didn't really differentiate between the two, but now I definitely, as I got older, could tell the difference. I still enjoy the second one. It has a lot of good parts. There are a lot more things that fall flat. Like one of the bad running gigs too is the roadie. Like he keeps telling the story about Ozzy, and it's funny the first time, and then the second time when he's retelling it to them in the bar, and then it gets old. He's also funny when he's setting up the stage and he's like, "We need a machine gun nest here and here." And you're just like, what the fuck?
I forgot about that character.
Yeah, like he is very forgettable.
He doesn't really matter all that much.
He has a couple jokes and that's it. Like, really, he doesn't help them bring any of the bands in. He doesn't do anything. He just is there for the training montage, and he has that good joke about the needing the machine gun nests. And they're just kind of like, what the fuck? But it is what it is. That character kind of just disappears. But like Jake said, some of the jokes hit, and I think when they hit, they hit. But then some of them really fall flat. And I do like the meta humor that they throw in here. And even they go to the well with a joke they used in the first movie, and then Christopher Walken's smarter than Rob Lowe's character, I guess, and doesn't fall for it in this movie. And so they're kind of like, oh shit, we're thrown off by this. So that was, it's funny just to see these characters again, even though it's not as great a film. So, I guess I'd go around just a 7 as well.
All right.
A solid SNL entry, though, still.
Yeah, there's some fucking awful SNL movies.
Like Superstar, yeah.
Master of Disguise? That's not SNL.
Mm-hmm. No.
That was just an awful thing on its own.
Mm-hmm. No, I think Universal did.
The Ladies Man?
That's an SNL film.
God.
That's a bad movie.
Night at the Roxbury.
I was
I
just
don't
gonna say-
care what people say. I hate that film.
I agree.
It is so bad.
Chris Kattan is not saving your movie.
No. Do not give me Corky Romano.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Dude, you thought that shit was funny when you watched it for the first time?
No.
Night at the
not at
Roxbury
all.
or Corky Romano?
Corky Romano.
Not at all. There's never
I
in
think
my life.
I watched it on Stars and I'm like, I just sat down and watched it. I'm like, well, okay, I've seen it.
I never got Corky Romano.
You didn't laugh when he did all the coke and then he did that
I
question and answer session with the kids.
I probably didn't watch it long enough to even get to that.
I don't even remember that scene. I must have fallen asleep because I don't remember that scene.
But I don't know. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
I hate virtually everything, so.
it's true.
Speaking of which, what are you picking?
So,
Great segue.
I've wanted to do this film for a long time.
Oh, fuck. He's going to pick Mannequin.
I'm gonna. Hopefully, I can find a copy of it, and I want to do Mannequin.
Please, God.
Is it bad?
I think it's so bad it's fun.
Really?
It's so bad it's fun. You got young James Spader, and Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall. It's you have the tough cop from Police Academy, like the one no nonsense cop guy. Like you've seen him in a bunch of shit. So it's so stupid and so 80s that it's fun.
It could win me over.
Yeah, you either are going to like hate it like to your core, like stay alive, or you're gonna hate it, but it wins you over.
Fun fact about every time he said that, I fucking hated the movie. Because you did that for Macgruber. You're like, oh, you'll either absolutely love it or you'll fucking hate it with every ounce of your being. And
You don't absolutely hate it.
actually, yeah, I guess I don't hate it, but I don't fucking love it
No.
by any means. And there was another one you picked.
Spies Like Us?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you fucked up there. Oh, no. It was Weird Al.
Oh, UHF?
Yep.
That one, I was right. I
Weird-
said you...
You were right about that one, because fuck that. Ugh. I don't think I could ever pay you back for that.
But no, Mannequin, it's been made fun of a lot. And I'm not making you watch 2. 2 is off. Like, Mannequin is even here. It's like a very average film. Mannequin 2 is below this floor.
Really?
It like no one came back for it except for one guy, and he isn't even a main character.
I bet he feels like an asshole.
No, but it's so stupid and corny and all that it like is a little bit fun. And then you also have that Jefferson Starship song. So
Which one?
I think it's Jefferson Starship. It's that we can build this thing together, standing strong forever. Or is that not Jefferson Airplane, obviously, but
White Rabbit? And we can build this thing together.
yeah, that.
Horrible. Me, anyway.
Nice.
You know, I think, by the way, Mannequin is an Academy Award winning movie.
Fuck off.
For that song, they won an Academy Award.
That is not an... Alright. I said decent song. That is not an Academy Award worthy song. Do you think so?
No, but it won one. Or
The
it was
Academy
nominated.
certainly thinks so.
The Academy don't know dick.
Oh, no, it was nominated. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's more like it.
Nominated for Oscar for Best Music Original Song.
One of those cokehead judges was like, Jefferson, whatever.
You just remember that Terrence Howard got nominated for Hard Out Here for a Pimp, so...
Didn't they win for that?
Actually, yeah, they did.
But, I mean, what Eminem won for 8 Mile as well, so...
Yeah.
You know Terrence Howard thinks that 1 times 1 is 2? And he apparently, like, has... This isn't even worth talking about. It's just a weird thing with Terrence Howard where, like, he's basically like, that isn't math. I'll make up my own math, and he has his own system, I guess.
Well, yeah, he clearly doesn't know how to do math because he goes, "Pay me more than Robert Downey Jr. to be an Iron Man."
Yeah, you fucked up.
And it's Starship. I'm sorry. I said Jefferson.
Then
Starship,
Don Cheadle was like, "Say what?
Yeah,
You'll pay me, huh?
you'll pay me how much to be relevant?"
Right. Plus, you probably saw what the first one did, and you're like, yeah, I will fucking sign on. I'll be your Brody.
All right. So hopefully we get to be able to watch Mannequin next week.
Kill me.
What's going to prohibit you from making that happen?
Just finding a copy of it.
Oh, is it in such high fucking demand you can't find
It's
it?
in such low fucking demand that can't find it.
Dude,
yeah,
we need to
that
go
makes
burn
more
all
sense.
possible copies of this movie.
Because I really don't want to drop $5 on a copy of Mannequin.
Oh. $5?
I don't even know if I can find it for $5. I'm just saying.
All right.
We'll see. Well, I'll figure out a way to find it.
Well, thanks for hanging with us through the dumpster fire.
Yep. Yeah.
Just think we're all stronger people now.
Some of the things, and you're lucky you didn't have to listen to everything because some of it got cut.
Unless Ty fucked up.
Yeah, I don't expect him to.
If you're offended, then Ty fucked up.
If you're not, then Ty did his job.
Actually, realistically, if this went down and then came back online, I fucked up.
All right. So that'll do it for this week. Like, share, subscribe, YouTube, Libsyn, favorite podcast app, Twitter, Facebook,
iTunes?
Gmail. Yeah. Give us a shout. Give your friends a shout. Let it all out.
These are the things that we
Do without.
do
Come
without.
on.
I don't know.
I'm talking to you.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah. That's what we do.
I'm ashamed of myself.
I'm Ty.
Jake,
And I'm Drew.
I'm sorry.